I thought someone told me it was going to rain during.
And does this make you guys a little more cautious going out at night around here and in New York generally?
Absolutely. I mean, we're two generations. I'm 46, he's in his 20s. So, I mean, we definitely know what to expect being gay men of color. It's just unfortunately that even the village now, you have to be even more alert because you can't afford not to be. I think the other challenge is for the larger gay community to realize that, you know, the village is just one example of where and how we exist. But it's central to who we are because for many people it's a sense of identity. It's a defining moment for who and what they are. And now it's considered a place where you can get killed on a night where we usually socialize. That says a lot. And my other issue is how many other incidents have this happened where it has not been reported or ignored or dismissed. We were just informed by someone who knows the victim that several calls were made prior to the shooting within a couple of minutes saying we are being harassed and no one showed up. Now, if that's the case, then we need to address that. How many calls does it take for you to actually answer someone saying we're being harassed? What does that say about the validity of people of color whose sexual orientation is other than heterosexual in an area that's known as entertainment?
And you know, it's kind of surprised me. In a lot of media reports, they don't mention the victim was a man of color.
Right.
Did you guys find that as well?
That was the first thing I think I realized, that a 32-year-old man of color was just walking in the streets, was yelled homophobic remarks and shot point blank. And I think I find it interesting that hasn't been said once. I think if this was a woman, I think that would be the headline absolutely. So I do think that it's odd that no one's actually saying that this is a man of color who was shot and killed by another man of color. I do think that needs to be addressed. Homophobia in communities of color, in the black community, in the Latin community, that's something that's rampant.
I grew up in this neighborhood. I used to live over on Perry Street. I went to NYU. That was my supermarket. This used to be my bookstore. I think one of the first pair of jeans I ever bought for myself was right there on 8th Street. And so this is my home. My gym is right down the street. So this is still the center of my universe. And so, yes, I do agree that as gay people we have come very, very far. But who is paying this price? Okay, there are some people who have been able to take advantage of all of the wonderful opportunities that have come along with marriage equality and with all of these laws, but a large amount of men of color, gay men of color, have been left behind. And so yes, when they were saying we won, some people have won and some people have paid for it. And there's not that level of equality that comes through here.
Do you guys feel that you're a little more concerned walking around New York in general or this neighborhood specifically?
No, I think it underscores the danger to black men being on the street at all times. Many of our neighborhoods, those people sworn to protect and serve are seen as the enemy. And in this case, who knows how many phone calls were made while they were being harassed and only responded after the man died.
But it's never really changed for us. It's not like the level of violence went down for us. It's not like the level of concern went down. I feel exactly the same way today that I did a year ago, that I did 5 years ago. I still walk around with a level of fear. I still always remember to practice eyes and ears mentality. I make sure that I don't have my headphones on at certain times of the night, that I have to look around. I take the subway. I have to always think about this. There is never a place where there is a level of quote-unquote safety for me because I am a brown, gay man. And so within that paradigm, safety is not really something that I can ever get used to until I'm home and I'm behind closed, locked doors.
And just speaking about what you were talking about the homophobia, have you guys experienced homophobia in New York?
Of course, the land of opportunity. Well, you know, along with homophobia, there are different levels of it, there are gradations. And so I think you're never going to be able to find a gay man who can say that he was never called the F word, okay? And so that's sort of like the given. Some of the more higher levels of gratuitous violence, luckily I can say that I have not been a victim of, but it is also because I follow a lot of the techniques that we have been teaching women for the last 45 years. See, I'm a small guy. When I walk around, I make sure that I'm carrying these tips with me. I don't walk like a victim. I don't look like a victim. I don't try to put myself in a position where there could be some level of harm, because I know no one is going to come save me. Just like Mark, no one came to save him, and no one else is going to come save me either.